Well, hello neighbors, it's John, and today I want to talk to you about Christmas whiskey, GlenDronach 12. Catch you after the break. So I'm really crushed for time, so I was trying to think of something a bit more witty to say in the intro. It didn't come to me, but I really wanted to talk to you guys about GlenDronach. I have only ever had actually samples at a tasting or sample type bottles. This is actually the first full bottle of GlenDronach that I've purchased, and this is GlenDronach 12. It's aged entirely in ex-sherry casks. It's got Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez casks. I don't know the ratios of each. It's bottled at 43. I'm told it's not chill filtered or colored. And you can see if that's true, although I am here in the fading light of the day, it's quite dark, which actually kind of makes sense, being aged for 12 years entirely in ex-sherry casks. As I said, first thing, I've come late to the GlenDronach fanfare. While I've had tastes, it really is only if you've ever kind of spent a bit more time with a bottle, I think, that you start to appreciate the distillery. And this is their entrance. Of course, when I start talking to people about GlenDronach, they ask me if I had the 21 year or the 18. I can't remember the release or the cask release that they've had, and you know what? I really haven't. I've only had some taste before, and now I'm enjoying this very simple 12-year release. For Scotch, it's actually fairly affordable in my area, and made it an easier purchase for me. And here are some quick thoughts. The GlenDronach 12 has a wonderful nose. Being aged entirely in sherry, it has the nose that you're looking for when you're thinking, well, is this going to have the fruits? And it does. Is it going to have a little bit of creamy? Yeah. And it is a great representation of a sherried Scotch, one that has spent not just a few months, but its entire life as it goes from spirit until it's released in an ex-sherry cask, 2 different casks. Now, I don't know if it's the spirit moves from one and then into another, or if they age a fair amount of the sherry in Jimenez and PX casks, or the other amount in Oloroso, and then they marry them together. But if you have someone in your life that loves Scotch that has had been finished in sherry, and they've mentioned they like the fruity, both light and dark, plum maybe, that's better. But even a little hint of cherry, very fruity. But not spicy, not on the nose. It's very attractive. The nose is very attractive for this Scotch. I think it just very excited that I finally took a bottle home. Give you a quick taste. Now, I will say, when you taste it, it's still Scotch. It's not. I've recently had some different whiskeys that have had sherry added to them, or other things that make them very sweet. This is still, for Scotch, very sweet. The fruit notes are there. It's got a pretty nice mouthfeel. A little bit creamy. Chocolate comes out. Yeah, the nose is so wonderful. But what I meant by when I say it's still Scotch, I mean it still has an oakiness to it, and a bitterness, but not a negative bitter here. Just that it's a cereal grain. because the nose, you might think it's going to be a wine. You know, like it's just going to be so easy drinking. But I think it plays well that way. It's a little bit drying. The finish is a little bit oaky. There's some of that bitterness comes out, but it's balanced with this, just the gentle sweetness of the nose that comes back even in the finish a little bit. You know, I imagine some of that bitterness would go away. Now I'd have to think back to samples I've had because I'm late to the GlenDronach party here. I don't have the 21 in my shelf that I can pour and compare. What is it like to give this more age? I can still say this is young. This is a youthful spirit. It's still got some interesting notes to it. But bravo, this is a very nice sherried Scotch, and as I think I said in the intro, I don't know, I'm trying to do this really quick. I'm about to lose all hope of light here just outside on the porch. Is that I think this is very much a Christmas Scotch. I've heard someone else say that, and when they said it, you know, it's hard to unhear something. Like, yeah, this is that fruity, you know, all the sweets that are around at Christmas. This nose, you know, just has that welcoming sweetness, rich. It's not terribly oily. I suppose could be richer, but yeah, just really quite nice. Really, really nice. If you like sherried Scotch, or if you have a friend who you're looking for a gift, this is a really good purchase. I would definitely say I like it as much as Macallan. Their double cask 12. I think I like that. Because it just has a great representation of a Highland Scotch that's spent a lot of life, well, its whole life, just 12 years, but its whole life in sherry. I would check this out. And in my neck of the woods, this is a really good deal. Probably going to look around $60 for a bottle like this, which is quite nice for a good Scotch. I know that they changed the way they produced their spirit in 2009 into a steam heated stills instead of a direct fired stills, but this must still be out of the old stills because 12 years, 2009, yeah, this still has to be the old way. So there could be some batch variation. I can't say I've been buying a lot of this, so I can't tell you how consistent it's been. You might have to do a bit of research on that. But for me, today, if you're looking for a sherry Scotch, I really think you can't go wrong. Very affordable, very nice. Of course, if you have a little more in your budget, I would ask for some taste at the store you like to go to of the 18 or the 21, as I have had tastes, and see if you like it that much more. But if you're just looking for, or someone's going to have that nice mix of dry, little bit of oak, well, no, quite a bit of oak, really, actually, surprisingly oaky, but a wonderful floral, fruity, engaging nose. I really think you'd be hard-pressed to find a better expression than GlenDronach 12. Definitely a 4-star Scotch for me. Yeah, with some time and a little more polish. I'm looking forward to maybe when I can afford a full bottle of an older expression from GlenDronach. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like or subscribe if you haven't. You came here by searching. I sure appreciate the feedback and the comments. Thanks so much. John here at the Whiskey Neighbor. Hope you can find a bottle of GlenDronach 12. It's good stuff. Cheers.